Whether it's getting started saving for your children's college education or you're looking to make a career change and go back to school, paying for education can be daunting these days. Fruit Ridge branch manager Tamara Beaver is here from Schoolsfirst Federal Credit Union with some tips to help make saving for education in its many forms a little easier to digest, because it can be a lot, Tamara.
It can be a lot. Trust me, I know. You know.
Yeah.
It can absolutely
be a lot. So
yes.
I wanted to ask you, I mean, for any parents or caregivers watching who want to help pay for their children's education, do you have some advice on where they get started?
Yes, so as you said, paying for education is definitely on a lot of parents' minds. You know, it's no secret that the cost of education has really risen exponentially over the past few decades. And so there are definitely some things you can do to get ahead. And ideally, you want to start saving as soon as possible. That's always going to be your best option. Start as soon as you're thinking about it. One thing that you can do today to start saving is to set up an automatic deposit into some type of savings account, whether that's a regular savings, some type of investment account. Kind of do that, set it and forget it, you know, have this money happen automatically through payroll deduction or an automatic transfer, and start early. Time really is your biggest asset. So as soon as you start thinking about it, start saving.
Yeah, the earlier you do it, the more it's just going to grow.
That's right.
I like it. And what are some common saving approaches for education?
You know, there are a lot of options out there, like we just spoke about, a regular savings type of account, but the most popular is a college 529 plan. A 529 can essentially be opened by anybody, whether it's a parent, a grandparent, family member, or even a friend who wants to help pay for education expenses. The one really cool thing is you can even open one of those accounts for yourself, which I thought was interesting. Your deposits, the way it works is your deposits go into mutual funds or some type of investment. They grow tax deferred over time, and you can withdraw those funds tax free as long as you're taking that money out for some type of education expense. So that could be books, school supplies, tuition, room and board, all of those types of things. So it's a really great option. Aside from just your additional savings to earn a little bit more money.
Tamara, every time you come on, I learn something new. College 529 plan. That's
College
good.
529 plan.
Okay,
yes.
good to know. And the big question is, how much should a parent plan or save for their child's education?
That's a really loaded question, right? Because everybody's financial situation is different, as we say over and over, right? But there is this formula to set you up for success, and it's called the 1/3 plan. And so that plan suggests that approximately a third of your income, your previous income, should pay for tuition. So that's, you know, your savings accounts, that college 529 plan. A third comes from your current income, and a third comes from future income, which is through student loans. So if you follow that formula, you should be set up to not be in too much debt, hopefully by the time, you know, your children go off to college. If you save, just an example, if you save $250 a month from the time your child is born to the time they are 18 and ready to go to school, you will have yielded over $80,000. But not everybody can do that. So it's really important that you do what you can, when you can, and kind of as often as you can. Like you said, every dollar you save now is less you have to borrow later, and it's much cheaper to save. Take it from me, somebody who's paying for student loans. It's much cheaper to save than to borrow. So.
I like how you broke that down too. $250 a month from when they're born to till they're 18. I mean, $80,000. That accrues. So if you can do that, do it.
Yes.
And what about for those who don't have 18 years to save up for higher education, like you were mentioning? Or what if someone isn't a parent or guardian but is planning on going back to school themselves?
Yes, so it's never too late to start saving. So make sure you save as soon as possible. But if you are in a situation where you haven't had that time, or it's I just want to start going back to school, you definitely want to fill out the the free application for federal student aid, known as FAFSA. Yes, we all know that as FAFSA. The sooner you do that, the better. There are timelines that you have to follow, so make sure you do that on time, but it really will open up a lot of resources. Some people may qualify for scholarships or grants, and that's also where you get those student loans.
I was going to say, I'm such a huge advocate for FAFSA. That's what I use. You get unsubsidized or subsidized loans, so it's good just to have more options available to you.
Absolutely.
And these have been great tips for folks to take into consideration. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
You know, I think it's most important, I'm going to say it over and over, it's never too late to start saving, and no amount is too small. So I think sometimes we get discouraged thinking, you know, I don't really have a lot to put away, or I don't have a lot of time. It will help you no matter what you do. So definitely start saving as soon as you can, as much as you can. It's also important to kind of do your research, see what resources are out there for you, kind of come up with a plan, sit down with an investment advisor, really make sure you're putting your money into the best vessel that's going to yield you the most at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I know Schoolsfirst Federal Credit Union, you guys have a lot of branch locations. So if someone has questions, could they go to a Schoolsfirst location and kind of get those answers?
Absolutely, yes. Come into any of our locations. We have 70 across Northern California. Virginia, right? We're growing every day, it feels like, and we're always happy to serve and help guide anybody who comes in that just needs a little bit additional advice.
Yeah, it's all helpful. Tamara,
Yes.
thanks for filling us in this morning. This is
That's
great.
all right. Thank you.
And for more financial tips, you can visit schoolsfirstfcu.org.